Hello, everybody. I'm back, and we are going to go into why adoption is not always an option and how we can change this. So, I am going to be revealing a little bit about the couple I've worked with in the past and the couple I'm working with now. I'm not giving names, but you'll get genders and a little bit about their culture. That is it. And I'm also going to go into a spiel about why and how I think this can be changed. I have not adopted. I'm very lucky to have three children of my own and not have any fertility issues, which unfortunately some people struggle with. So, why is adoption not always an option? I have been asked. Why surrogacy? So, the one of the options, or one of the reasons why it's not an option, is in some places it's illegal for people to adopt, or for gay couples to adopt, or lesbian couples, or people of the LGBTQ community. Um, so my first couple was a gay couple, and they live in Israel. Well, as many people know, Israel is considered the Holy Land. And people in Israel believe that being gay or lesbian or anything other than straight is not right. They, in some parts, literally will take gay people up to the tops of roofs and shoot them and push them off. So that's a no go. Luckily, where my couple lived, they're in a very safe community where being gay is very accepted. Um, and they're great guys. Where was I going with that though? Anyway, where I was going with that was when a gay couple in Israel decides they want children, they have two options: adoption or surrogacy. Well, there's only two countries that adopt into Israel, and they're very, very picky, and they will not allow gay people to adopt. They won't allow it. They have a contract signed with Israel or something like that, signed with Israel, saying that Israel will not okay a gay person to adopt. My first thorough baby is almost 6 months old. And even though he has legal documents from Canada saying that they are both his fathers, it's not enough. Reason number two of why it's not always an option to adopt. My second couple is a hetero couple, and they are of they're Hindu, so they are very dark people, and they were told that they can't adopt because they don't have anybody of their race or their culture that they can adopt to them. They won't give them a white baby because the baby won't be brought up in the right culture. They won't give them a black baby because it won't be brought up in the right culture. They literally just won't, because they don't have very many people of that culture whose babies go up for adoption. They won't. They'll keep them on a list for years and years and years. But they don't have that option. Another reason is if you're a single person and you don't make so much money and you don't have a specific kind of household that they like, you're not going to be able to adopt. And if you've ever had child protection in your life for whatever reason, it's harder to foster and adopt a child. It's ridiculous. I wish that it would stop sending me notifications. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of notifications right now. I don't know how. Great. I'll have to mess with that later. Okay, I might have fixed it. Some of them I can't turn off, which is silly. Okay. But yes, for some reason, being a single person, it is hard to go into adoption. I haven't done it. I've just been told by other people. Another reason, which I believe is reason number 4, is it's just as or it can be just as expensive as surrogacy because you have to go through so much and all these legal process. And then if you are going to adopt a newborn, like right from the mother's womb, you have to fly there. You have to stay there for as long as it is before you can leave that country with the baby. With, you know, again, like all fertility things, it can be ridiculously hard and ridiculously expensive. And if you have trust issues, neither of these might be an option. It has got to be extremely hard to give up that control. To not know if the person smoked or was using drugs and then get to the hospital and have a baby or possibly have a baby that has a drug problem or an addiction, that's gotta be hard. Um, and finances are an issue. That's another reason why some people can't adopt. They can't afford to, which is ridiculous. Which puts me through to how can we change this? Okay, so for whatever reason, some cultures won't let you adopt. That is changing. It's taking time, it's taking effort, but the only way that that's going to change is by people continuing to do it, just like surrogacy. I won't push surrogacy off because, again, sometimes that's the best option for people. And it's an amazing option, in my opinion, but so is adoption. I won't knack either. You have to do what you have to do. Literally, it's your life, you choose. But if enough people are trying to adopt or want to adopt, there is ways to get laws changed. Yes, it's a long, hard process, but if people really want children, they're going to do it. They're going to go the mile, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get that baby. Unfortunately, some people go too far, do the wrong thing, and it can get creepy. But there are legal ways to do it. You can figure out how to adopt or how to do surrogacy without doing something illegal. Like that's 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 a way to change that. With the whole culture and race and color of your skin, I don't understand how a Hindu couple can't bring up a child of another culture or with another color of their skin. If you're that concerned about these babies that need homes, getting a home where they match, why are your prices so high? Why is it so impossible? Why are your wait lists so long? And also, if a white family wants a darker child, why stop the love that is growing there? Why? If you're concerned that this little boy or this little girl isn't going to get their culture, put things in place. Literally. Why doesn't the government or adoption agencies put things in place to allow children to get their culture? Why? Instead of making it impossible and having these children that sit in the system forever when they could have had a loving family, like, literally, there are children who grow up abused in foster homes when they could have a loving family because they don't meet the standards. Yes, I understand that a family needs to have some kind of income, but I'm a single mother of 3 children. I am on income assistance, I get child tax, and I get child support. That's how I raise my kids. I have 3 kids that are happy and healthy and loved. Isn't that the biggest thing? Why can't we vet people out and just let people who want to build their love? Like, it blows my mind that so many children don't have the loving homes they deserve. It blows my mind that children can literally sit in orphanages or whatever all around the world with no love, no affection, and no proper care that a child needs. Like, it has been so proven by circle of security and attachments, parenting styles, and all of this that if a child has one secure person in their life for them to learn from and grow up from, that some of these things that we're seeing really blow up now wouldn't happen as bad. And I believe that it would happen a little bit less. Like, giving a child a chance to thrive and they're being denied. A white couple isn't going to care what the culture of their baby is. Somebody who really wants a child isn't going to care. They just want somebody to love, somebody to hold, somebody to watch grow. And this applies, in my mind, to babies, to 18-year-olds. People need love. That's what it's about. Love. That's what the whole world revolves around. And for some reason, we are misconstrued. People don't understand that sometimes you just gotta let it go. And you have to love. Why? I'm sorry. I hurt so bad for so many children. It just, it could be the estrogen I'm on, but I want to cry because it's just, it's so unneeded. It's so stupid. I'm sorry. It is stupid that you would literally choose to deprive a child of a happy, healthy, loving home because people don't meet standards. Yes, I understand. You have to vet people and there has to be prices set so you don't get pedophiles, rapists, people who are just going to sell the child and stuff like that into the system. But if you are to open up the window a bit and just not just hand over the child and leave it at that and offer that family support and step by step and pull out when the family is ready, the whole thing would just be that much better. And I know what I'm saying is not an overnight change. Sorry, I keep hitting the table that my computer's at. It's not an overnight change. It never will be. But it's not going to change if we don't band together. Nothing's going to change ever. And if we want change, we're the only ones that can make it. I'm one person. I want there to be change. I want to see a world where love is everybody's number one priority. In the end, when you die, what's going to matter? None of the money that you have is going to matter. It's gone. Your family might get it if they're lucky, if they're not stuck paying for your funeral. Your possessions, eventually, they're going to be no good. The only thing you leave behind that matters is your family and your legacy, and maybe your music. Like, does anybody here just understand what I'm saying? I don't I don't understand how the human principle has turned from what we started with, which was love. Everybody loved everybody. Yes, there's fights. Yes, there's quarrels. But our human instinct is to love people, is for the most part to be around people, and we need attention and we need love. It's in our DNA. It has been, from what science can prove, it has always been in our DNA. There was a study done with with 2 rooms of babies. One of the rooms, all they went in to do was feed the babies and change the babies. In the other room, they held the babies, they talked to the babies, they sung to the babies, they fed them, they changed them. They met all human basic needs. The first group of babies that they didn't do that with failed to thrive. Some of them got really, really sick. I'm not sure if any of them died. I'd have to reread the article again. But they didn't thrive. They had failure to thrive, which can cause deaths, which can cause malnutrition, which can cause a lot of things. And in the other room, that they were very well taken care of, those babies thrived. They were happy, they were healthy, they grew up better. It's just it blows my mind that people just can't see this. I just I don't I don't get it. And money shouldn't be a burden that somebody has to carry if they want a child. I'm sorry, it just shouldn't. IVF shouldn't be so expensive. IUI shouldn't be so expensive. Surrogacy is ridiculously expensive. And that's not because of my cut. It's because of doctors, because of medications, which should not be so expensive. Adoption is ridiculously expensive. I don't know. Let me see. Okay, Google. What's the average expenses of an adoption in Canada?
According to Canada Adopts, the costs for a private domestic adoption range from about $10,000 to $15,000.
So basically, if you are Canadian and you adopt in Canada, it's $10,000 to $15,000. Plus, there's going to be lawyer fees. I don't know if that's with this, but there's going to be lawyer fees. And if you're followed the woman through her pregnancy, there's going to be meds and doctor appointments and all that. And then that's going to chew your wait list. And let's see. So I have to scroll down because I clicked the article. So it says here most private adoptions range from $15,000 to $25,000 for a child born in Canada. And for a child born in the States or overseas, it's 25 to 50,000 plus. And then we're lucky in Canada that if we adopt, we can take paternity and maternity leave, and we can claim child tax. But they're expecting you to spend 50,000 plus dollars or up to 50,000 plus dollars to adopt a child. And they're expecting you to pay out your butt. And you're lucky to see $600 a month for that child. And as far as I know, there's no government subsidy to help you adopt. There's no programs to help people adopt. Again, I haven't looked into this. I have had people talk to me about it. Sorry, my hair's a mess. And just it's crazy. I just and don't get me wrong, I am not the expert on adoption. If I have any of these facts wrong, just tell me and I will correct myself. I can be wrong sometimes. I get that. I am wrong almost daily. Sorry, my back's really killing me. But none of this is going to change if nobody points at it. If nobody fights for a change, it's just going to stay the way it is. And I really hope it doesn't stay the way it is. My agency, we're not small, but we're not a big agency either. And we have, I think, like 200 people looking for eggs and like a lot more than that, I believe, looking for surrogates. And I don't know what. Let me check this. Okay, Google. How many children in Canada right now need to be adopted?
30,000 children. Here's a summary from Yahoo Finance. There's
an estimated 30,000 children right now that need homes in Canada. 30,000 children that could be in loving homes right now. But because of race or money or your sexuality or your country or being a single parent or a single person makes it so much harder. You have to fight to be a parent if you want to adopt. Now, yes, surrogacy is not an easy journey. It's not. There's medications, there's needles, there's a whole list of things you have to do first. But adoption is not always an option. Please stop telling people it is. It hurts people, it degrades people. You don't know everybody's story. You don't know why people were told no. They could simply be told no because the agency does not like them. And the agency doesn't have to say that. They can just simply say, we don't have the right fit for you. That's all it takes. And you can't fight it. You can't take it to court. There's nothing you can do about it. Yes, some people get very, very lucky. I have a friend of mine that just gave her baby up for adoption because she knew at this time it was not the right time for her. And it made the process a lot quicker, a lot cheaper, and a lot easier because the family got lucky. But who can afford $10 to $50,000+ to adopt? Who can afford to move countries because your country doesn't allow you to adopt? Who can pretend to be straight because your country doesn't allow gay people to adopt? Who can change the color of their skin because there's nobody of their color to change, to adopt? who can change their income. Like, that one can be a little bit easier, but if you're a single person who, for whatever reason, isn't in a relationship, doesn't want a relationship, had a relationship fall apart, and you want a child, it's harder to adopt. Like, I can't. I It blows my mind that people just it blows my mind that there's so many children that need homes and need love and need care, and they just can't adopt. And if you're here, if you're wondering about adoption, good. Try it. I wish you so much luck and so much happiness and so much love. Luckily, it's not the last option. There is other options. I just pray that whoever you believe in or whatever you believe is up there or around you or whatever it may be, that you get that child that you want, that you get the family you want. And if you have successfully adopted a child or are looking into it, I praise you. It has got to be hard to choose to adopt. I have definitely looked into it. I would definitely love to when my children are older. I myself would not want to adopt a baby because they're easier to adopt to. Plus, I'd rather adopt a child after the age of 5. um, and it takes a strong person to adopt. Children can go through a lot of trauma, and that can change who they are. It can take a long time for the child to warm up to you and get used to you and to trust you. And it's a lot of time and paperwork and effort to possibly get nowhere. And if you have to choose surrogacy, again, I commend you. It has got to be a hard, hard thing to give somebody all of your trust and sometimes not know them. And sometimes have a business arrangement where you don't know them and you literally just show up and have a baby. You just get a baby handed to you. You never get to meet the parents. And I'm lucky that I'm not in that kind of surrogacy. I would not do that kind of surrogacy because I want to watch I want to watch the parent or parents fall in love with their child. I want to watch the hope in their eyes as you get positive betas. But to me, the most important thing is love. Because without love, what do we have? Without family, what do we have? It can be lonely being on your own. I don't know what I would do without my children. I'm very, very blessed to have my children and to be able to help people have children. My heart hurts for the children that don't have homes right now. It's what, 13 days away from Christmas? That's just the children in orphanages and adoption agencies. That's not the homeless children. And that's just in Canada. That's about 30,000 children in Canada. that don't have homes because the adoption standards are set way too high. Because people don't have enough money. Again, not the color of their skin. I feel like, I could go into an agency and I'm a single mom of 3 kids. They could say no because I have 3 kids and it's too much. Because other people get to decide how many children you have is too much. Society gets to judge us and tell us it's too much on us because they think they know. Do I need more children right now? No, I don't. But say 5 years down the road, I decide that I want more children and for some reason I can't have them, I would probably be told it's too much. And if you're thinking of adopting, please look into it. It might not be for you, or it might. But there's so many people out there who want children. There's no funds to help people. There's not really many funds to help people with surrogacy or with adoption. And it's heartbreaking. I didn't realize how big the need is for adoption. And it upsets me. But at the same time, it's not always an option because it's not allowed to always be an option. Nothing can be straight and simple. Nothing can be free. Nothing can be uncomplicated because the government doesn't want it to be. People want to make money. People want to have ridiculously high standards that 1% can reach. Please like the video, share the video, comment if you have any questions because I will be doing more videos. But the most important thing, I'm going to explain it for the final time, for the last time, is please stop telling people that they are rude for wanting to adopt, that it's not right to want to do surrogacy, that you just shouldn't have babies if you can't adopt, that there's so many children out there that need homes. Yes, there is. There are 30,000 plus children needing homes. But the corrupt ass government that can't take their thumb out of their ass and who can't just grow up and do what's better for humankind and what's better for their pockets prevents people from adopting. And just like women who have had miscarriages or who for some reason are 35 and don't have children, stop asking. Stop telling people that they should adopt and not do surrogacy. There's more reasons behind it. It is hurtful, it is degrading, and it is bullshit. I have watched people cry their eyes out. The family I'm working with now, I am their last hope of having a baby. They have tried adoption. They have tried having a baby on their own. They have tried for 7+ years to get to where they're at. I am literally their only hope. So please, don't be a fucking asshole. And I'm not being a goddamn snowflake because this upsets me. It upsets more than me. I can guarantee that. There is no reason for you to degrade people. Why don't you have children yet? There are people that struggle with infertility. Was that a surprise? People can't have babies? No shit, Sherlock. It's a fucking fact of life. And if people can go through adoption, fucking support their ass. If people have to go through surrogacy, fucking support their ass. That is your job as a goddamn human being. To support them, to love them, to be there for them. And if you don't, you ain't a good friend. Get the fuck out of their life. Take your negative little ass and go. Because this is all bullshit. And I'm sorry for all the swearing and the F-bombs, but it bothers me. It bothers me that people can't just let love grow. Why can people just not let love grow? And yes, I understand there is a time and there is a place to ask people about their fertility, why they don't have children, how they plan on having children, etc., etc., etc. But you just don't look at your friend one day who's been married for 10 years, who's in their 30s, and say, when are you going to have a baby? You don't do that. Do not do that. Do you know how hurtful that could be to somebody? This just went off on a tangent. But it's just something I'm passionate about. Adoption is not always an option. Having your own baby is not an option. Not getting pregnant by accident, not an option. Shit happens. That's life. Shit happens. But who can change that shit? Who? You want to know a secret? Want to know who? You can change it. We have more power than the government allows us to think. There's enough of us that if we work together to change shit, stuff will change. It's on us. It's on you. It's on your neighbor. It's on your friend. If you just sit around, oh, I wish this would change. I wish this would change. Guess what? You're part of the problem. That's why I'm not sitting on my ass anymore. And I'm going to have another video soon about why Nova Scotia's healthcare is a fucking joke. Well, it is 11:15 here. I have to go off. I have to go stream on my other channel. Yeah, I have a gaming channel as well. That's a little more lighthearted. I don't generally rant. It's just when I believe in something so much that I want to see a change, I rant and I rave. And I go on and on and on. And I'm looking for people that want to help me make a change. So, if you want to help make a change, if you want to be part of this movement, I might only be one person, but with your help, with YouTube's help, with other people's help, we can create a wave of love, a wave of light, a wave of knowledge, a wave of understanding. So let's create a wave. Like, subscribe, share, and ask questions. We will see you again soon. Bye, everybody. Love you all. And I will be back again with more tea.